I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but we are once again here in spring of 2023 faced with multi-offer situations on many listings here in Ocean City. So in today's video, I want to recap the video that we talked about way back in 2021 and update it for the current market so that I can give you the path, and it's an easy one, to winning here in spring of 2023. If you are like most buyers who have been looking to buy in Ocean City for any period of time, you've been waiting, hoping, and praying that prices would come down, that interest rates would come back down, and that everything would get more affordable again. I'm sad to say that that's not the case. And unfortunately, once again, and it's proven over and over, that those who are decisive and make the hard decision when they're presented with it are the ones who unfortunately are the ones who win. They're the ones that do not get left behind. And once again, we are seeing, and I'm having conversations with people on a routine basis, that they wish they bought last year or the year before or the year before or 5 or 10 years ago. The mantra never changes. But the reality is, if you want to find your home here in Ocean City, we have to be fully prepared. And that is step one of this 3-step process to making sure you win here in 2023 is be prepared. What do I mean by that? If I were to give you the stereotypical realtor answer, it is number one, we have to go get pre-approved before you see any homes. Number two, you need to see homes that fit your budget. Once we have, I'm going to throw that out. And we obviously need to know what you can afford. So pre-approval is important, but it's not often the most important thing. What I find very frequently is that spouses or partners or whomever is buying a property here often have different expectations. They're not fully aligned in what the wants versus needs versus dislikes are on what they're looking for. And that is something that can cause you to miss the golden opportunity or many opportunities before you actually get on the same page. So I would argue that the first step before you even bother getting pre-approved is to have a heart-to-heart conversation with your significant other, with whoever the other decision makers are in this process, to make sure you understand what you want and what you don't. Now, a lot of that starts with actually seeing houses in person. You can click through Zillow, Realtor.com, any site as often as you like, and you can feel like you get a good sense for what's what. But you really can't unless you're here in person. The feel of a room, the feel of a 30 versus a 40 versus a 50-foot lot. All of these different components will affect not only how you feel in the home that you're looking at, but your expectations. You're going to find that you have this anchor, one of these properties, you keep comparing these other ones to after the fact. And even if at the moment that one didn't appeal to you, that is what is going to really start to set your rigid expectations of what your requirements are versus what you don't want. So being prepared is number one. And again, you need to see properties in person for that to happen. Number two is going to be getting pre-approval. Now, whether that is through your local lender or whether that is through any of the partners I have here locally, I'd recommend you talk to some of the partners here locally, because the rates that some of them are able to offer, because they're familiar and comfortable with the risk that is present in some of the homes here, they're often able to provide a better rate. And I keep tabs on what lenders are the most rate efficient and will still get you to the closing table on a weekly basis. So I'm always on top of that, but you need to know what you can afford. So having that conversation is important. Last but not least is number 3, my patented step, which is going through a true consultation with a real estate advisor. And notice how I didn't say real estate agent, I didn't say realtor. Those things connote sales, whereas an advisor, like a financial advisor, your advisor is there to actually guide you. Right? And in order to guide you, they need to get to know you. They need to know you on a fairly personal level, not just in your real estate wants and needs, but get to know your personality, get to know the type of things that you're looking for, the way that you interact and respond to certain questions, to certain properties, to certain locations. They need to see that. So finding somebody who's a true advisor, who's going to have an official onboarding process, right? They're going to go through and get to know you and really map things out and strategize in a way that fits your plans, right? They're not going to square peg, round hole you into something that they're comfortable with or that they do. So without number 3, the other ones are kind of pointless, because unfortunately, if you work with the wrong partner, the wrong advisor, you risk making the wrong mistake. And while it's hard to get hurt here when buying real estate in Ocean City, it certainly is possible. And the most common way that I've seen people get hurt and had to help them get out of it is when they bought the wrong property because they weren't, you guessed it, fully prepared. They maybe didn't think all the way through. that they would need that fourth bedroom, that it's not just a want. The three bedroom simply isn't going to work for the way they intend to use the property. And that sounds super basic, but you wouldn't believe how many people make an emotional decision based off of walking into a property. It wows them, it blows them away, and they have to jump on it because speed is still very important. So getting prepared ahead of time before that property that's going to be a fit hits the market is absolutely critical. And if you want to win in 2023, those are the three big steps. And if I want to add a bonus one, it's going to be to get familiar with acting quickly and what your options are for crafting a strong offer. I'm going to link a video down below that still applies, that I recorded in the past, for how to do that. Now, I'm rarely, but it still is happening, seeing people waiving contingencies. I've had a couple clients who, in order to be aggressive and to scoop something before the competition could get their chance at it, we've had to do that. Now, that's not as common, right? It was a requirement back in 2021 and 2022 to play, which was unfortunate, but we've at least gotten out of that. But it is still a card you should be comfortable and familiar with so that you can play it if you need or want to secure the right home for you. So that is it for today. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, because again, I'm talking real estate here in Ocean City every single week to help you make a better decision when the time comes, make sure you hit subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell. That's it for today, and I'll see you on the next video.